Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family. My name is Robert. This is 7 Up and At It here on the I Said It show. Now, if this is your first time finding us, welcome. I hope this video blesses you. I hope it provokes you to want to have a deeper understanding and a deeper relationship with God. And I encourage you to stay hooked up with us each and every day, that you may learn something and that you may develop a closer understanding and a closer walk with God. Now, if you're one who keeps coming back, God bless you. Your constant viewership is confirmation to me that I'm doing exactly what God's asked me to do. And I can't thank you enough for it. Now, whether it's your first time here or you've been here on a regular basis, I encourage you, I ask you to do me a favor. If you like what's being said, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give me a thumbs down. But more importantly, if you think I'm missing it, because I feel that iron sharpens iron and steel sharpens steel, I ask you that if you disagree with me, if you think I'm missing it, if you think I'm going down a rabbit hole I shouldn't be going, or if you think I'm misleading individuals, let me know that. Comment and let me know because it's that helps me to become a better Christian. And that's all I'm trying to do. So, most new people, though, ask, "Oh, what is 7 Up and At It?" It's a daily devotional where we'll take a particular verse of the Bible and we'll look at verses that precede it and verses that come after it. And we'll look at different translations so we can get an understanding of true understanding and a full context of what God's trying to tell us in His Word. Now, I video these not as much for my own edification, because I'm a flawed Christian. I make mistakes on a daily basis, and I'm not any part of the hierarchy of a church. So I believe we're all vessels to be used by God. And so whatever God puts into us, He expects us to pour it back out so that others can hear from it, learn from it, be blessed by it, and have a closer walk with God because of it. It's called 7 Up and At It, simply as a thank you in part to my Father here on earth, who used to come and wake me up most mornings. And it'd be three knocks on the door would open up, and my dad would simply say, "It's 7, up and at it." And you either did that or, within 5 minutes, he was coming back with a glass of cold ice water. You didn't want that. So, and now my Father in heaven similarly has me up between 6 and 6:30 to take care of the homestead. And then by 7 o'clock, I'm sitting here to see what God has for each and every one of us through these videos. So, and more importantly, what He has for me. So, each and every day. So let's get into it. First, I want to apologize for yesterday. I didn't have a video yesterday, and that's on me. I had a trip that I had to take for personal reasons, family reasons, and I left out early Saturday morning and wasn't able to put a video out. And I knew this trip was coming, and I should have done one Friday to cover Saturday, and I apologize for that. I'll try to make sure that doesn't happen again. But because of that, God has put it on my heart that um, this subject is going to be at least two parts. It may go three. I'm not sure. I'm going to lean to God's direction on this, and wherever God takes this video, that's the way we're going to do it. So here it goes. How we pick a verse is, for the new people, is simply we look at whatever today's date is. That's how it's done. So today is October 5th. So we're going to look at chapter 10, um, verse 5, and this is coming out of Mark. And I'm going to read out of the New American Standard Version, and I'll revert back to other verses, other translations for certain um, um, understanding, for certain clarification, defining this verse. But I want to set this up, okay? And what I mean by setting it up, I'm going to explain to you where we're at, what brought about this discussion, what brought about um, these verses, and give you sort of the background of it, okay? And so Jesus had reached a certain region of Judea, and uh, he was sitting down. He was starting to be asked questions. Well, of course, the Pharisees were following him. The Pharisees were the ones trying to trip him up and make him say something that was not uh, of the teachings of the Mosaic law, the laws that Moses had had put forth. So, and they're asking him the question, and and one of the questions was whether it was lawful for a man to divorce his wife. And well, let me read the verses because I'm gonna read verses 5 and 6. I may go on down to all the way to 9, but so you can get a full understanding of what God's saying or what Jesus is saying about how God feels about uh, divorce and marriage itself. And he says, "But Jesus said to them, because of your hardness of heart, he wrote you this commandment. But from the beginning of creation, God created them male and female. For this reason, a man shall leave his father and mother, and the two shall become one flesh. So they are no longer two, one flesh. Therefore, what God has joined together, no person can separate." Now, when the Pharisees were asking about divorcing a man divorcing his wife, um, Moses had put in there a law uh, about divorce. And Jesus, whenever he was asked by the Pharisees, he answered them and said, "What did Jesus command you?" And they said that Moses had permitted for a man to write a certificate of divorce and send his wife on his way. And Jesus said, he did that because of your haughtiness, your holier than thou attitude, because um, of your sin and 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 your transgressions when it came to marriage. And it's not something that God endorses uh, for a man just to simply give a woman a divorce, give her a boot, send her on her way. He goes in to saying that marriage is the union of man and woman, okay? And they're no longer one. They're no individuals. But when they come together, they're one flesh. Understand, remember that. They're one flesh. Okay? And wow, didn't realize we're going all there's a lot to this to unpack. But he said it's because of your own vanity, your own sinful nature that this commandment was written. And God is talking about the fact that there's only one. You have your husband, wife, but there's only one, and that God has brought that together. Okay, and that no one outside. And that's what we look at today is, oh, no one shall come in between and separate that. No, it's talking about the two of them more than society as a whole. He's talking about the two of them, that when they become one, that neither should separate from the other because they're one flesh. So how do you separate one flesh? And no man or woman should do that. And so a lot of people look at those verses and they think, oh, that's, that no man, and you hear it and when you go to weddings, that no man shall separate it. Well, he's talking about two of them more than it is society, more than it is their fathers or mothers coming in and causing a separation of the two of them that are joined together. No, because they came together and they were married and they announced, um, and they had witnesses there. They wanted people to witness the fact that they are saying that they are one flesh, and they're adhering to the fact that they're not to separate. Now, I'll get into the separation and divorce later, but that's not what this part is about. Oh, I'm out of time. Well, I told you it's going to be more than one verse or one part. So we'll get into the second part in just a little bit. That's going to follow up within a little bit after the first one. So, stay tuned. Go to the second one, and you'll see part two. I apologize. I told you it's going to be long, and I don't want uh, to make a very long video. I want to keep it within the times that within the 10 minutes, excluding the introduction. So we'll get to part two. If you want to get to a part two at a later date, I understand. But as always, I ask you to let me know what you think. Thumbs up, thumbs down, if you like or dislike what's being said. But comment and let me know if you think I'm missing it so far. We're getting to part two in just a little bit. And if you can't watch the second part yet, just remember, you'll want to watch it later. That's fine. But I want to encourage you to remember that God has blessed you to be a blessing. So today, go out and bless others because that act is what truly helps saves people, what truly helps this world. So folks, thank you for watching the first part. Remember, the second part's on the way. God bless you all. I'll see you on the next video in just a minute. Y'all have a blessed day.